Good morning. It is Scott Cullen here, editor-in-chief of the Cannata Report. Guess what? It's time for Fridays with Frank. And before I bring Frank out, don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, and send Frank your questions because he always appreciates hearing from you and loves to respond. So, Frank, how are you today and what's on your mind?
I'm doing fine, Scott, and I hope the same for you. I'm in a different kind of mood this morning, so bear with me. And I ask our readers because I'm going off the beaten track a little bit here, and I think for good reason. At any rate, I think you can see this pile of books here. Okay, it's a book that recently published. It's called Prequel, An American Fight Against Fascism by Rachel Maddow. It's the #1 New York Times bestselling author. I read the book. I became so infatuated with it. I ordered these. They're going to 5 of my friends who we discuss these kind of things with and appreciate when we come out with. Basically, it gives us a historical reference of what is, with all the hate going on in this country, you sometimes don't know where the devil did it come from. That all of a sudden, just so much anger and so much hatred. Well, it turns out Rachel Maddow did a very deep dive into the 1930s, and sure enough, that's where the foundation is. And she spells it all out. It's historically accurate because that's a period that I'm very familiar with. First of all, I'm a Depression baby, and I made it an object of my life in reading about the area that, or the time that I was raised in. And I was amazed, not because the names were unfamiliar, but what they did to further a fascist mentality or an accept. And in the 30s, it was all about the acceptance of Nazism. And it's just an amazing recourse in terms of looking at something and saying, wow. I'm being very sincere here. It's no political agenda. I just feel that we have a country filled with good people. I think in our recent Fridays with Frank, we talked about our gala and how the industry came together to do something better because we did it together. This advice or suggestion is given with the same mode. Now you can read the book and say, well, I don't quite buy into that this is the total cause or reasons for it. And you could say to a degree, you may be right, more or less. But if the object of the exercise was to determine where the hate came from, it came from here. In the 1940s, which I'm very familiar with, the perception was fascism came from Europe. It did not. It came from the United States. And this is what she documents. And it makes for very interesting reading. And I can't say this enough. The book is Prequel. The author is Rachel Maddow. You can get it on Amazon at a very good discounted price. I think it was around, I paid about 20-something dollars for it. So that's kind of my message for today. It's about, let's understand each other better. There's a way to learn in a very historical way about actual instances, people, and degrees by getting the book Prequel by Rachel Maddow. And I hope you enjoy the read. And if you don't, please let me know. I'd love to hear it. Thank you, Scott. It was a good one.